Hey guys, welcome to another audio commentary. This is Vol, and I'm doing a dual audio commentary with Diggity. So welcome to Diggity. The game we're watching is between two Terran players by the names Picnic and Anotak. We've got Picnic as the white Terran at the 9 o'clock position, and Anotak as the green Terran at the 6 o'clock position. Now, I picked this particular game, this is a replay that we're watching, picked this game up off Fighter Replays, which is a new replay site that's come out. Skew Media, if you guys know him, is one of the perpetrators of that site. It's just going really well. I've been really enjoying the stuff and really looking forward to this game because it got a really good review on that site, and every game that I've seen from it has been a really good one. So thanks, Diggity, for joining me.
Yeah, definitely good to be along. Special thanks to Skew. He was the first guy, actually, the first game I ever did or attempted to do live Yankee League style, I guess I could call it Yankee League style, was Skew versus Yosh. So special thanks to him. Skew is basically one of the guys who got me into the foreigner scene originally. I was always following it, kind of not half-heartedly, how do I say this? I was following it, but I felt kind of like an outsider, and then Skew basically drew me in, so special thanks to him, and I really hope Fighter Replays goes well. It's looking like really nice. You can actually find, I believe, all the Yankee League replays are going to be uploaded there, as well as a lot of the top teams, 3D and media, of course, a lot of media replays going to be up there, and it looks really nice. It's got all sorts of fancy graphics and everything. It's fantastic.
Yeah, if you guys checked out my recent commentaries on Hydra versus ZZ and Artosis versus G5, games like that, I mean, those games are total stunners. If you haven't watched them, head over to my page and check them out, because those were really exciting ones. Just taking a look at what these players are actually doing, we've got Barracks and Refinery going down together at 12 for both players, so very standard stuff. We've got Anotak, Green Terran, remember, scouting over to the 3 o'clock position, and that's not the correct position, and same with Picnic. He's scouting up to 12 o'clock, so neither player is going to scout each other initially. It's not too big a deal with Terran versus Terran, except when one player is going for the quick command center before anything else at 13 or 14 supply. But neither player is doing that yet, so we're just looking out to see if we see any divergence, and that's when we can start talking about the real strategy of this. That's one of the reasons I really love Terran versus Terran, is that there's a good 6 or 7 different ways you can open, and in other matchups that's just not the case. I mean, if you play Zerg versus Zerg, that's also a good mirror matchup for other reasons, but I mean, there's not exactly 7 different ways you can open a Zerg versus Zerg. In Terran versus Terran, you can, though, so that's a really important point, and it looks like both players just going straight for their factories, so yeah, pretty standard stuff still.
My question is after the factory, yeah, are we going to see a fast expansion, or I think once they realize the positioning, we might see some aggressive dropship play. I definitely think that the vulture drops, where you just go straight for vultures and then just drop them cliffside, plant mines near the base, and just massacre the SCVs behind, can be very effective on close position, especially this. Python in general, dropships tend to be very important. But the question is will they scout each other's base off? I think Anotak at this point, or I'm sorry, Picnic already has a good idea. He's going to go for a 2-factory build, actually, putting the second factory down. And I think that might be, again, an indication, because he realizes the last 2 places, and wow, actually a 2-factory in the opposite side as well. So I'm not sure if both players realize where their bases are located. I'm just going to assume so at this point. With Anotak's going to know in a second, as he's sending that SCV scout and going to find that front door blocked. And now, but I've got to assume that Picnic knows, simply because he's come up blank twice. So got to know that he's got a good location on Anotak. Anotak, yeah, as you can see, he's sending that barracks in the proper direction, and he is in fact producing vultures. So this might actually just turn into a straight vulture versus vulture matchup. Oftentimes, when you get vultures with that early mine upgrade and you plant them down near the front door, it can be a quick push. But yeah, it looks like we're going to see some interesting factory versus factory action.
Yeah, this is actually going to be very aggressive. It's going to be very micromanagement intensive. We've got an add-on going down now for Picnic, and same with Anotak. So you can tell they've both got the same plan in mind. It's going to be pure vultures, probably with speed upgraded first, so they can get a bit more of an advantage shooting against the other vultures, and then we'll see mines going down. And it often comes down to who can sort of get their vultures into position first and get the advantage, and then mine the opposing player's expansion while getting the expansion up yourself and forcing the other person to float it over. We've got Anotak actually having sent his barracks right over, and Picnic still landed his barracks, so Anotak's going to have a head start on intelligence, so that's actually quite important. He's going to see exactly what Picnic's doing, so that's going to really prompt him to keep his vultures together. But despite that, he's sending 2 of his vultures out already, and I'm just a bit worried about this, because 2 vultures against 3 vultures and 3 marines isn't going to go very well. Anotak's got 1 marine, but yeah, he's just been caught out in the open here. There's suddenly a vulture firefight erupting disrupting, and Anotak's going to come out worse off. So just looking at Anotak's base, he's actually going for mines first, but Picnic went, oh no, sorry, my mistake, they've both already got speed upgraded by the looks, so a Picnic taking the initiative here, making it to Anotak's base, but that's the thing, if you press your advantage too far, then you run into your opponent's reinforcements, and Anotak's got 4 vultures now, and he's able to just pick off Picnic's units one by one. So both players just really just... I'm not going to call it bad micromanagement because it's very difficult no matter what you do in this particular situation, but neither player just playing it perfectly. Neither player is at 100% here, but I mean that's just going to cause this game to be even scrappier and even closer. So really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Picnic putting down the command center to float it down because he knows that he can't afford to lose a battle and then lose his command center. So I think that's a good move here. We'll probably see Anotak do the same thing. Not really sure that Anotak. He's got an SCV moving down to the 6 o'clock expansion, and Anotak probably going to put down a command center straight away. He's got 700 minerals by the look, so I'm not sure why he's not doing that. But yeah, he'd be wise to put down that expansion as soon as he can, and then switch to tanks or Goliaths.
That was a very clever maneuver you saw on Anotak's part. Went up, put the mines down so that command center couldn't be landed. I don't know if he had a smell of it, but that's just that additional harassment. Either a turret has to be placed there, or you have to go in Academy to really get it spotted out. And we see an armory actually going in the back of Picnic's base, so it looks like he might be planning to switch to vultures, which honestly... it can be really dangerous just because you can get caught out of position here. And in the meantime, Anotak just looks like he's completely frozen. He has an SCV out there to build the additional command center, but as you can see, the 5 vultures at his front door, they're going to push in, and I don't see any additional vultures being produced. I know there are tanks being produced on the opposite side, but honestly, I think these tanks, if there is mine upgrade, which I believe there is on the opposite side, but Picnic, as you can see, he's going to be able to lay those mines right on the factory line. So, wow, Anotak in a bit of trouble here. Those tanks really aren't going to do him a lot of good here. And good micro picking off one mine, and I'm surprised he didn't lose that tank with the push-off. And yeah, those SCVs getting absolutely clobbered now in the backfield. I'm surprised that that Picnic didn't take a little bit more time to actually lay more mines near those factories. We'll see if he decides to send reinforcements down the way. Perhaps he's just happy to catch a little bit of an additional advantage. He's going to be able to get that tank, and still two vultures, still able to take the SCVs, and SCVs coming off the line. That's definitely going to disturb some of Anotak's economy, and he still hasn't put down the command center. He's really running high on resources at this point. I'm kind of curious what he's up to.
Yeah, I've got to say that's a bit of a panic in the heat of the moment. I mean, he had plenty of time to put down the command center. I think he was just worried that maybe more vultures would come in and actually snipe his SCV while he's putting the command center down. As you can see from Picnic space, he's actually floating the command center over. He won't be able to put that down thanks to Anotak's mines, but a comsat is actually being produced at the command center for Picnic. So Picnic's over at Anotak's base losing a couple of vultures. He's not going to be able to break through now, especially with that tank coming in. And the thing is that Picnic hasn't actually secured any mines. He hasn't mined Anotak's expansion, so it's not going to matter too much. And that comsat eventually, when it goes down, will enable Picnic to put that down. But a starport now going down for Picnic, so like you said earlier, there could be some drop ship play, especially considering how close the 2 mains are in this. But I get a feeling that with that comsat up, Picnic's going to be able to clear the mines quicker. He's already cleared out some of them. He hasn't cleared the 2 which are just under his command center. He's doing that now. But yeah, just a bit worried because we've got siege mode just finishing now, and Anotak is coming in with 2 tanks. Picnic's only got 1 tank, another tank up the ramp, and we might actually be seeing a contain here from Anotak. Yeah, tanks moving in. Tanks not moving quite along to the mines, but sieging up, blasting that tank. Oh my god, the mines have gone off. Oh, the mines have gone off and taken out Picnic's forces. Anotak's free to move in with 2 vultures and 2 tanks and actually start showing that expansion. So Picnic's going to have to scramble to do something here. He's going to have to wait for more tanks to arrive and possibly get some aggressive vultures in. This is actually looking bad for Picnic. Tanks sieging up, and that was a terrible place to siege up with your tanks because they're so close to the SCVs. SCVs can easily just walk over, and oh my god, it looks like a lost opportunity by Anotak because he's going to lose his tank, he's going to lose his vultures, and this SCVs are going to go straight back to the minerals.
It's interesting because it seems like both players keep giving opportunities for their opponents to basically stay in the game. I'm surprised that Anotak is still in this. He's only got 2 factories up, just now getting his academy down. That command center came out so late, and as you can see, there's already 4 factories down for Picnic. He's also got the level 1 weapons as well as the 2nd army going down, so it looks like he's playing for a longer term game. Getting the starport down, going to have the dropship advantage as well. He's in a very strong position, but I think if he had just waited on that dropship, produced some additional units, he might have even been able to just push straight into Anotak. Anotak in the meantime bringing up 3 more tanks, a couple vultures, and I think if Picnic weathers the storm here, just puts a couple mines out in the field, he'll be able to just weather this and then